Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy, and I want to welcome you to a very special Facebook Live from UpTV. Today's a really exciting day because the long awaited exclusive US television premiere of Heartland Season 15 is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on UpTV. And as if that wasn't exciting enough, in just a minute, we're going to be joined by Heartland's Michelle Morgan, and she will be answering questions that you, the viewers, have sent in. But before that, let's take a quick peek at what's in store on season 15 of Heartland.
Is this the man in the moon?
No, that's Dada. That's where he said he'll be.
Straight in the car with the girls. You know that feeling that you can't even be safe in your own home? I haven't felt that way since June died.
Grandpa, he's not leaving.
I pray for you.
So yeah, you can definitely see that it's going to be an exciting season. So make sure you tune into UpTV tonight and every Thursday at 8 p.m. for a brand new episode of Heartland. To find UpTV in your area, in case you don't know the channel number, you can go to uptv.com/channel to find your channel. Well, Heartland would not be Heartland without the wonderful characters and the amazing actors that play them. So we're very excited to be joined by one of them now. You know her as Lou Fleming. Please welcome the talented Michelle Morgan. Hi, Michelle.
Hi there.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. I'm really glad you played that trailer because I haven't watched season 15 in a while, and it was just a great reminder. I was tearing up watching it.
Yeah, that's really powerful. When you started, number one, congratulations on 15 seasons. When you started working on Heartland, did you ever imagine that it would still be going this strong after 15 years?
Never. I did suspect, and I remember we had a really great director in the pilot named Ron Murphy, a Canadian director, and he said this show's going to go 7 seasons, which is like a lot for any series, and we were all like, that's sweet, but you're crazy. Yeah, so never. I did suspect it would do well. And, 3-4 seasons, that's a great run for a show. But I guess it's hard to replace a show like Heartland, and it's resonated with fans in such a powerful way. And we have more stories to tell. So I'm so happy we can keep doing it.
Yeah, that's exciting to hear. I know you mentioned the fans, and the fans are fans of the show. I mean, they are they're just wild about it, and we actually asked some of them to send in some questions for you to answer, if that's all right. So we can just great. All right, we'll just jump right in. So Andrea wrote, and she said, "What is it like getting to work with horses all the time that closely? Do you enjoy it?"
Of course. Chris Potter, who plays Tim Fleming, always jokes, we could have spent 15 years stuck in a styrofoam spaceship, right? Like we're out in the field on horses. It's really magical. And the best thing is, as an actor, you need to get out of your head and into your body and into the moment. And being with a horse and on a horse, this big animal that moves and feels your energy, it's really great as an actor to help you just get out of your body and stop thinking and start feeling. Of course, it's fun to ride them too.
Mm-hmm.
And I've enjoyed it more and more as the years go on. I was definitely not a strong rider at the beginning. I was okay. I was comfortable. Like one of the things is you just have to not be afraid, and I wasn't afraid. But I've just gotten way more used to it. I ride all the time, and I love it.
So Kim has written in, and she says this: "Hi, Michelle. You do such an amazing job portraying Lou. I love her character. My question is, if you weren't playing Lou and you had to play another role on Heartland, who would it be and why?
Um, that is a really interesting question. I've never been asked that. Okay, so if I wasn't Lou and I had to be another character, I obviously wouldn't be Amy. That's not me. Um, Honestly, now that I'm older, I'm still a little too young to play her, but I can relate more to Lisa Stillman, and she's a really great character because she's sort of similar to Lou in that sense that she's powerful and strong, and she's a great businesswoman. Um, yeah, I think I could relate the most to Lisa Stillman or a character like Michelle Nolden's character Jessica.
So Shandy writes, do you have a favorite episode of Heartland?
Yeah, I have a couple. In season 3, we heard a big herd of cattle into the center of Hudson. And we really did that in the town of High River in Alberta. You know, we had quite a lot of livestock. And that was my real introduction to herding cattle. And I loved it. It's really fun. You really get into it. You forget you're on a horse and you're just so focused on the cows.
Mm.
So I had so much fun doing that episode. But I also loved the big episodes for Lou, her milestones, giving birth was a really, really fun episode. I was pregnant at the time, as I am now. And
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And I loved Lou getting married. That was a really special episode too.
So I imagine the cattle herding had to be surreal. I wonder if you ever imagined you'd actually be doing that, physically doing that.
No, and then the fun thing was I got invited on a few cattle drives after that by friends we've made in Alberta. And
Wow.
people do it there all the time. They have to move their cows from field to field. And I know
Okay.
people do it all the time.
Wow.
But it was just a great introduction to it on camera.
So kind of related to that, Brandy wants to know, do you have a favorite day of shooting or memory from set?
Oh, so many. That's hard. It's really, really fun when the whole gang is there. You know, the gang's all here. I have this photo taken, I think, in season 4 when Jessica Amley's character is doing a big, and I'm sorry, I don't know the episode numbers, but Jessica Amley's character is doing a big show jumping. And it's happening at Heartland. And we were all there. The whole cast was there, and Gabe Hogan and Lisa and Jessica Steen, Lisa Stillman, and all the younger actors were there. And I have this photo of us, and we just have so much fun when we get to all be together. And when there's lots of extras, because there's lots of energy around that too. So I just love those days when we're all together.
It just as an outside observer, it feels like you guys have such a family atmosphere.
Yeah, we do, and that's one of the strengths. We have great chemistry. Our showrunner has worked in film and television, Heather Conkey, for many years, and that's what she comments on: is you can have the right show, you can have the right script, you can have the right formula, but if there isn't the right chemistry, it just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And we're lucky that we have found that chemistry.
Yeah. So Shannon wants to know, is there a storyline for Lou that you would like to see done in future seasons?
Ooh, that's good. I think it would be interesting to see Lou get back together with Peter, with her ex, because we did that really powerful journey of Lou and Peter separating, which was hard. And I think, and now we're showing that they're co-parenting and have a really healthy relationship. It would be really cool to see that come full circle and them to get back together.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Melinda's asking, she says, hi, Michelle, were there any episodes that were particularly difficult to film?
Well, as I just talked about, I think it was season 7 that Peter and Lou were separating. And that was hard. The arguments, the fights, the trauma, knowing, because I remember the first read through that season, we always sit down and read the scripts as a cast. And one of the producers pulled me aside with Heather, and they said, just so you know, this season Peter and Lou are going to get a divorce. And it blew my mind. It came out of nowhere. I was not expecting it. I didn't want it. I thought it was terrible. And the producer said to me, you know, I come from a family of divorced parents, and a lot of kids do. And I just decided that this is something a lot of people can relate to. And we want to show it in a healthy way, like in the Heartland way. But it was still challenging. It was a challenging season of that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I imagine that some days, especially with shooting, with the horses or on the horses, that could be physically exhausting, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're riding all day, I mean, Amber can give more testament to that because she does it. But it's energizing, actually. It's actually more exhausting sitting in the studio all day. Like, we enjoy doing our dinner scenes, but they take hours and hours, and it's stuffy. When you're inside and it's stuffy, that's much more exhausting than when you're outside. It's tiring, but it's energizing too, to have the fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sasha wants to know, what is the one thing you would say you love most about working on Heartland?
My friends, the people that I enjoy just interacting with every day, hair and makeup people, props people, camera people, actors, cast, just that I get to work with people I truly enjoy. That's, I think, what I enjoy the most about it.
Brandy wants to know, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, it changes. Like when I started on the show, my hobbies were dramatically different because now I have a family. So what I like to do in my spare time is play soccer with my kids, go to the beach. We love to go to Vancouver Island and go to Tofino. We're hopefully going this weekend, and go surfing. I just love to get in the mountains. I hike a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. This one's interesting. Megan asks, do you have a favorite fan interaction?
Yeah. God, there are a lot of them, but some of the favorite ones in general, and then I'll get to a specific one, is when we're in High River is often when we interact with fans, because people know they can come to High River where we shoot Maggie's. Yeah. And we'll meet people from around the world. I've met people from Tasmania, Scotland, Ireland, Australia. So that's always really neat because it's great to know the show has such a far reach. And we've had a couple Make-A-Wish children visit the set.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing to know that it's touched that child so much that they're using their Make-A-Wish. They could go to Disneyland, whatever, but they want to come to Heartland. And so that's always just like really, really resonates. And we, of course, like go out of our way to make that the best day the kids ever had. And they get to ride horses and they get to hang out with all of us and play music and just experience everything.
Wow. That's amazing. What an honor.
Yes, it's such an honor.
Yeah. So Rose asks this. Much like your character, Lou, you have to leave home for work for a couple of months a year. How do you handle it from one working mom to another?
That's a great question. And it's different every season, Rose. Normally, so when the kids were younger, they would come with us, obviously when they were babies and when they were 2, 3, 4. Derek, my partner, was really supportive, and we would all just ship out to Calgary for a few months. That got tiring because it's a lot of moving. And then as the kids got older and went into school, the burden of the travel was on me, and I would just go and come back. And that was something that my family had to get used to. It was a challenge. It's still a challenge. And then this year with the baby, it's going to be an even bigger challenge if we do another season, which we're hoping. It's not confirmed yet, but if we were to, with the new baby, I wouldn't be able to travel as much. So it's a sacrifice for my family, and it's something that we have to just make work as best we can.
So it's a similar question from Jason. He said you did an interview with UPtv.com years ago about balancing time on the set with life as a mom.
Yeah.
And he wants to know, how has life changed for you as a mom over the past few years? And he does have a great follow-up question. It says, if you could describe what motherhood means to you in 10 words or less, what would it be? We won't be counting the words, but
Well, life has changed because my kids are older and more independent. They have their own lives now. They have a social circle. They have sports teams. So as a parent, we're in that phase. And then now I'm entering into a new phase with a newborn. So our family is always evolving and shifting. And then what being a mom means to me is raising good grown-ups. Like I really feel like it's one thing to be a good parent to a child, but I'll have done my job if they are kind, good citizens, and resilient grown-ups.
Yeah, that's profound. I love that. Well, we have come to the end of the questions, and I just can't thank you enough for your time. Thank you for chatting with us and answering the questions. We hope to get to talk to you again in the future for fingers crossed future seasons.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. I know this really has been not just a special treat for me, but also for all the other fans of the show. So thank you so much.
Great questions, actually. Really great questions. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, just before we go, I just want to remind everybody that tonight is the exclusive U.S. television premiere of Heartland Season 15 on UpTV at 8 p.m. Eastern. And a reminder, if you don't know what your UpTV channel number is, please go to uptv.com/channel to find your channel. So to all of you watching, thank you for joining us. And once again, Michelle, thank you for your time. We'll see everyone in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.